Are frozen veggies just as nutrient dense as fresh veggies? Let's chat about it.
Don't you want to look good naked?
So when it comes to frozen versus fresh veggies, a lot of people think that frozen veggies are not as nutrient dense or as good for you versus fresh veggies. But if we think about when frozen veggies are actually frozen, typically it's at their peak of freshness. So when we take that into consideration compared to your average grocery store vegetable, there is actually probably more nutrients in that frozen veggie than the fresh veggie from an average grocery store. And the reason for that is because if we're getting our veggies from, a Ralph's or a Kroger's or wherever it may be, think about where that vegetable is coming from and how long it's taken to actually get to that shelf in the grocery store. So as vegetables, once you pick the vegetable, it has to go through, a process of whatever that process is. I don't know exactly, but it gets put on a truck and it comes to the grocery store. Who knows how long that takes? And when that vegetable is picked to the time that it gets to the grocery store shelf, it's gonna be losing nutrients during that time, right? So you might think, oh, it's a fresh vegetable, it has lots of nutrients versus a frozen one. But if we think about it a little bit more practically, the frozen vegetables, especially if they are frozen at the peak of freshness, they might actually be more nutrient dense. So something to think about. Also, if you are getting vegetables from, a farmer's market or your backyard, for example, they're probably gonna be a little bit more fresh than the frozen ones. So just some things to keep in mind, some misconceptions that are out there. I personally use a combination of frozen and fresh vegetables. So some of my go-to fresh vegetables would be zucchini, broccoli, squash, things like that. And then for frozen vegetables, I do a lot of peppers and onions, cauliflower rice, peppers and onions. I'm just lazy, I don't want to cut them up. So I use those for omelets, for example. I also do frozen broccoli. And one trick for frozen veggies, if you have an air fryer, you can actually make really great frozen veggies. A lot of people don't like frozen veggies because when they, put them in the microwave or whatever, they get soggy and gross. But if you have an air fryer, stick a bag of frozen broccoli in an air fryer, and I promise you it's gonna be a game changer because the consistency changes, the way that, the air fryer does its magic or whatever it does, it creates a non-soggy, crispy broccoli. So next time you're thinking about using frozen veggies, get yourself an air fryer and load up on those nutrients. Women, we believe